I'm back again with this series of tutorials that I've been doing. I have 2 videos so far. One of them has probably already surpassed 1,000 views, which is a record on my channel. I thank you for that. I also have a spike in subscribers, but I'm not going to talk about that because nobody cares about that, right? So what do we do? Well, look at that. Alright. So what do we do today? Ignore this. This is probably going to be the next tutorial. Today we're talking about sprites because I finally got Adobe Animate. So in order to make sprites, I'm going to close this down. So in order to make sprites, you're going to need Adobe Animate for the most part. I mean, maybe you can make sprites in other programs too. If you're good enough, you can maybe make it in Krita over another sprite sheet, but that's pretty much just improvising. We're gonna make the sprites from scratch. So you're gonna need Adobe Animate, and you're gonna need a graphic tablet if you can't draw with your mouse, like me, which is actually not really possible. But I know a guy on YouTube that's actually been making really decent animations with his mouse only, and when he got a graphic tablet, he was like a god. Okay, so in here, you're gonna create a new project, obviously. You hit create new. Wait for this to load. You're gonna go with character animation. You don't care about these. And you see there's 4 sizes here. You don't use standard. I'm pretty sure if you use standard, hold on. By the way, when you create a project, make sure that the FPS is 24. Otherwise, it will just not work for Final Funkin' that well. So set that to 24 and wait for this guy to respond. Maybe it's recording or something, I don't know. There it is. Okay, so it's tiny. Oh, fitting window. So let me just open recent because I have boyfriend's assets right here. We're gonna take, I think this one's the V pose. Is this the V pose? Hold on. Yeah, it's a V pose. Okay, we're gonna copy the V pose or pretty much any kind of pose, and we're gonna put it here. So as you can see, he's pretty much just as large as the sprite sheet, so we don't want that. Unless you want to make a character as small as Little Man, so just make it like this. That's gonna work for you. But we don't need this. Okay, we're gonna close it. You close that down. You close this down too. You're not gonna save that. Unless you want something like this, then yeah, go check out another tutorial for that. So create new. So instead of something small like 640 on 480, you can go with 4K if you want the character to be as tall as BF, or maybe just a little bit taller than BF. Full HD, or actually no, I was looking at 4K. Sorry. So you want to go with HD if you want your character to be as tall or a little bit taller than the boyfriend. Full HD if you want to be like rough size or Cervantes size or something, or maybe witty size, the tall characters. And 4K if you want that character to be like Nikusa size or Salazar or actually does Tricky work? Hold on, I want to check it out. I want to see if fit to window, open recent, boyfriend assets, take the V pose, basic here. Yeah, I think you could even make a Tricky sprite sheet for this. You could even make a Hellcom Tricky, like this big. You could. Alright, but we're going to close it down. We're not going to work with that. We're not going to make that kind of sprite. Alright, so create new. I'm kind of wasting time on this, but I just want to make some things clear so that none of you pretty much stumble over anything that could possibly be difficult. I'm trying to make this as comprehensible as possible. Okay, so we're gonna go with full HD because the character I want to do is slightly shorter than I think Ruv. Right. So by the way, this whole thing with taking boyfriend's V pose or any other pose, I could take the left pose, but I'm taking the V pose because it's pretty much the most classic one. It's not mandatory to put BF here in the corner, but it's pretty much as a height reference. I'm using it as a height reference. Okay. So if you want to start drawing, because you can just pretty much start drawing, you're gonna select this. You can draw, whatever. Properties, tool. You want to set this to 4. 4 is the best for Friday Night Funkin' Sprites. Look at this. It's pretty much the same size of the same thickness as BF's outline. So you can just take that as a reference. Okay. So if you want to draw, you're not gonna draw on this layer, because this is the layer you pasted BF on. You're gonna make a new layer. Now let's go back to library here. We're gonna need library. You can make a folder here too. We'll just call it BF. And just take this whole thing and drag it in BF. We don't need it. We really don't need it. We could just delete this as soon as we make our first sprite. We could delete BF. Okay, well, let's see if it works. Please. Alright, it's not working because it's not plugged in. Hold on. There it is. Good. Amazing. So you want to start drawing. You're not gonna draw the whole body like, I don't know, like this. You're not gonna make everything on a single sprite, on a single layer. Yeah, right. Let's zoom in just a little bit so we can see what we're doing. So I want our character to be kind of like this tall over here. Okay. So we can start drawing. I'm gonna make pretty much a test character. I'm not gonna make anything sophisticated. Let's make this his head. I'm gonna make him look like, no. Let's say, let's make him a grunt face. Let's make him a Madness Combat grunt face. Something like this. Good. So this is his face, right? Actually, no. We're gonna color it too. Properties. So you select the fill tool, you go properties. For those who don't know, I think this is the good gray for a grunt. You're gonna zoom in here. You're gonna do this too. It's just because I drew it like that. It doesn't matter. You can do fit to window, and this is its head. Now you're gonna right click on layer 2 down here, and you're gonna click convert layers to symbol. You're gonna make sure the symbol is graphic. You're not gonna modify any of this. It's usually gonna pop out as graphic if you click it. Good. So let's gonna name it head. There, and now it's a symbol. We can move it. We can drag it around. Okay. So we're gonna make a new layer. You're not gonna name it anything. It's automatically gonna name itself. What's really cool about this? Check it out. So if I do, let's say, Zahando, it's automatically gonna replace the spaces or any other kind of special characters like slashes or straight bars. I think this one. Yeah, you see, it replaces it. So if you do like this, it will replace it. But if the layer is named, hold on, I lost my words. If the layer is named by an object, it will keep the spaces. So if you name this layer, convert layers to symbol, and you're gonna name it here Zahando, it will actually keep the space. That's just a cool fun fact. So actually, we'll just make it back to layer 4. There. Okay. So now I'll start drawing on this too. Watch out, because if you use the fill tool or any other coloring tool and set the color to something else, it will remain like that. So you want to set it back to black, unless that's what you want. Okay. So now I'm gonna draw on this layer, just like you would draw on the other layer, but just continue your drawing. So let's make his body like this. Hold on, I have an idea. This is gonna be a weird grunt. I don't care about that. I think we can make his feet too, because it's just his feet. There. Why is it? Why was the line wiggly? Hold on. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Alright, as you can see here, there's a little. It's going over the head, so you can just take layer 4 and drag it under head, and it's just gonna get back there. Okay. Let's deselect that. Good. Let's make a little more detail on his body, like maybe. Actually, no. Let's do this. I just feel like making him cool BF sneakers. There. I'll keep it like that. Yeah, I'm making him. That's it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm making a drip grunt, a tall drip grunt. Okay. So, what was I doing? Right, I was trying to make some more detail. Okay, you're gonna take the fill tool. Let's take this color. I'm gonna choose the fill tool. Why is it not working? Why is it lagging? Okay. And you're gonna color that. You just wanna color that however you want. Doesn't matter. And now we could add a little more detail. Let's pick the darkest one and just do a bunch of lines around here. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of untidy shirt thing. Good. So you're gonna right click on layer 4 after you're finished. Convert layers to symbol. Body. Let's say body feet because it's also his feet. Yeah, and you see here there's the space. It's tiny, but it is. Good. So that's our grunt. That's the whole sprite. Actually, no, it's not. We need the hands too, right? Are we making hands for this? I don't think. Let's make him a microphone. Let's make him just a floating microphone. I'm gonna put it here. Let's start making him a floating microphone. There. There. Hey, work. Right, there's his floating microphone. Let's color that. Just a moment. I don't like seeing that kind of stuff. Cool. So we're gonna name this mic. And there it is. These are the symbols we're using. Now you're gonna take all of these. You click on this, hold shift and click on the other one, the one that's lowest. You're gonna right click on any of these, convert layers to symbol. You're gonna name it grunt, for instance. Now if you go to library, all the stuff we did, the body feet, the microphone, the head, and the full body, the grunt, is right here. Now you can see the other layers have disappeared. Well, all you gotta do is double click here. And they're gonna pop up. And if you wanna go outside of this, you just double click outside. Now we can delete this layer, the BF layer, and we're gonna be left with this. These three. Now we're gonna need 5 animations at least. Or actually no, it's for a normal character we're gonna need 5 animations. The idle, left, down, up, and right. So let's make our idle. How I do idles, there's a lot of ways you can make idles, but you're gonna create keyframes on frame 2, and then you're gonna, I don't know, let's say, hold on just a moment. Let's rotate the body. Are we rotating it? I don't think we are. All right. Wait, I have an idea. We can do this, right? And then rotate this microphone and place it a little bit more down here. Cool. So now it looks like this. That's the whole animation we have. So let's take all these and move them a little bit down because they're too high up. Let's see if it, yeah, good. Now we're gonna create keyframes on frame 5. That's just how I do it. There's a lot of ways you can do it. And you're gonna take these, the first frames, the first 3 frames, Control Alt C, so copy them, or just copy frames. There it is. Okay. And you're gonna click on these, Control Alt V to paste them. So this is how we do it. Now we're gonna click here on this frame, hold shift and click on this frame, and you have all these selected. And you're either gonna right click and insert, actually no, create classic tween, or you can just click here. And now this is our animation. And up here You can play it. That's our drip grunt. Cool. Cool. So that's the first one. We're gonna rename this to idle. And let's name this grunt idle. Cool. Now, what about the rest of them? Since this is a very simple drawing, we're gonna click here on grunt idle, duplicate, and let's name it left. You pretty much want to start off with left because it's left, down, up, right. That's the order. You can start off with whatever you want. So grunt left. Now you're gonna go down here and create a new layer, name it left, and drag this over here. Like this. You double click and you hold shift to select these, right click, remove frames, or just shift F5. So we're left with these frames now. So since this is left, we're gonna, hold on, just tween this like this, and take the microphone, rotate it like this, I think. Good. So this is our left animation. Can we rotate this just a little bit? Yeah, like this. This looks good. But we're gonna need at least 2 frames so it looks a little smoother. What I like to do, because I'm a madman, I like doing the same thing as I did with idle. So you just create keyframes here and here, and the frames here, you paste them here. That's what you do. But how? Because I don't want to make this look too sophisticated, so let's just make another frame here. Keyframes. Let's say, I don't know. Let's just take these and tween them a little bit more to the side, like this. And then take the microphone and also move it a little bit over here. Hold on just a moment. Okay, so we're gonna grab all these actually. We're gonna move them a little bit to the side. I think that's good. Yeah. You see, this is our left animation now. Looks good, I think. Now we'll make another layer, name it down. You're actually gonna do the same thing. You're gonna click on idle, or you could click on grunt left too, but I click on idle because that's the first one. Duplicate, grunt down. You can just hide this, for example. Grunt down here, and you just do whatever animations you want. I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna come back when I'm finished. Alright, I'm finished with the sprites. Here they are, all 5. Now, in order to make the spreadsheet and the XML, you're gonna click on new folder. Let's name it animations. Spell that right. And I'm gonna take everything that starts with grunt because that's how we named our animations, but anything you know that is an animation, these 5. So this, boof, and drag it here, just for ease of access. Now select them again, right click, and generate sprite sheet. And here's a preview of the sprite sheet. It's not going to be that low quality like it is here, all those pixels. It's actually going to be really smooth. Data format, you got to make sure data format is Sparrow v2. Image format, PNG 32-bit, auto size, you don't modify any of that. Browse, when you want to save it. I want to save it here. Let's name it actually no, it's not a test, it's drip grunt. Right? That's where it is. Drip grunt. Cool. And you're just gonna click export and this window will close itself. Let's just save this project so we have it. Drip grunt 2-framer, because all of these animations have 2 frames. They're not smooth. Okay. And now we're gonna go in, I have it right here, sprite sheets. And there it is, drip grunt. and the XML. Let's take these. And you want to know how to get these in Psych Engine, because right now we're turning this into a Psych Engine tutorial mini. You go mods, images, characters, obviously. Ignore this, the sun. We're gonna paste it here, drip grunt. And actually we can close Adobe Animate. We don't need it now. Okay. Cool. So you're gonna boot up Psych Engine. The usual old Psych Engine that we've been working on for quite a while now. Alright. I'm gonna put my graphic tablet on the shelf. Okay. You press 7 on this menu. You go to character editor. You do pretty much everything you would do with any other character. Like what we did in the first tutorial with Tricky. And here you're gonna, wait, hold on. First of all, select that because it's gonna be easier, as I always do, and type here drip grunt or whatever you name your character. Reload image, and there he is. You're gonna remove any animation that you don't need. Okay, so sing left. You want to know how you named it on the XML, but you can just remember how you named the animation in Adobe Animate because it's going to be the same name. So ours is grunt left, if I'm correct. There. Here it is. Hold on. Wait. Okay. This is our animation. For some reason, it has a tiny little speck of something here, but I don't know about that. All right, sing down. It's grunt down. Boop. Sing up is grunt up. And sing right is gonna be grunt right. Cool. And the idle is grunt idle. Wait, let's make it a loop. Let's make it a loop. Yeah, you see, it's a little too fast. So how do you modify that? You go back in mods, images, characters. You open up the XML and you're gonna do a little bit of editing here. So we're gonna look for the last frame of grunt idle, which is this. Or whatever idle animation you have. This one here. You're gonna copy and paste it like I like to paste it so it goes up to 10 frames on the idle animation. So how many do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. You save it, but it's not gonna work. So you want to modify like the name with like a character. Oh. By the way, this is how the sprite sheet looks. That's all. Okay, so let's do drip grunty. Drip grunty. All right, we're gonna go back to character. Just add whatever you added here. Reload image, and here it is. All the animations are still the same. They're offset. Let's fix the offsets. Idle. There. 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 And there. Cool. Now remove the animation ghost, and here it is. This is our character, right? I feel like the right animation is a little off. It's because it just shifts like that. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna work on icons now. You just make your icons in a 300 on 150, I think. 300 by 150. You draw them, you export them, you paste them into mods, images, icons, and you just type your mod or Pico or BF. We're just gonna go with that because of the cannon enemy. You can change the health of our color. We've already been through that. So let's just save our character. In characters here. Name him Drip Grunt. Cool. And let's use Madness. Let's just quickly use Madness for this. Data. Let's just delete nonsense. I use nonsense for the sun. Songs, nonsense. Why is it working so bad? It's not working well. Okay. Right, open a new window. Friday Night Funkin' mods, downloaded mods. Our boy Tiki assets. It's in data. Okay. Madness. Actually, no. Let's use improbable asset. It feels like it fits more for a grunt. Okay, data, improbable outset, and we're gonna go songs right here. Also take improbable outset. Go to songs here, paste it. Boom. Weak editor. Let's hide it from story mode. We don't need anything sophisticated. We only need improbable outset. Is this how it's spelled? Improbable outset? Improbable outset. Yeah, that's how it's spelled. Okay, cool. Let's name it drip. The weak file, so it saves like drip. We go in weeks. We save that. Okay. We'll just delete everything related to the sun here because there's a bunch of things. Hold on. Images, characters, the sun. Delete that. No. What else do we have? In weeks we have sunsense. I think that's it, right? That should be it. Alright, and the sun here. Okay. You go to free play after you saved your week. And here's your song. You're gonna click or enter or whatever. And the character you're gonna use is probably gonna be BF because we don't have Tricky in this psych engine here. We probably have him in Hard Songs Week or something.
3, 2,
Yeah, it's
1.
BF and it's stage. We're not gonna work on the stages now. We're just gonna use the classic stage. And we're gonna use here. We can go down, and it's your character, Drip Grunt. Let's save it, just so we don't have to remodify this every time we go in the song. Data, improbable outset, save, and enter. And your character should be right there. If you did everything correctly. I hope I didn't go too. I hope I didn't make it too quickly. I hope it's not too rushed. Wait for it. Oh, it's too high up. Doesn't I'm missing because of the lag, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's how you make your character. If you want to make it smooth, let's try that. Let's just do that. It's not gonna take too long. I kind of need to wrap this up as soon as possible because of some changes that have happened. There's been a little accident. I have a little bit of a problem now that I need to solve, but I'm not gonna talk about that. It's not your right to know about that. Let's just hope I didn't say anything controversial in this tutorial. Okay. Wait. Oh my god, I'm not gonna say it. I know what I've seen. I'm not gonna say it. You'll just not say anything about that. Alright. Adobe Animate opens up, you just close that. What? I'm sorry, what? Does the universe want me to show you what I found on the loading screen for Adobe Animate? Please? Maybe? No? Hold on. I'm just gonna pause this until it opens. Alright, technical difficulties. I can't do it anymore because... Fun story. So that was the free trial for Adobe Animate, the one I was using. And it expired just as I closed it down the first time when we finished the sprite sheet. And the free trial apparently expired. And the thing that I closed down, the window that popped up, that I closed down and closed Adobe, it was actually the window that was supposed to tell me, hey, your free trial has ended. Sucker, you gotta pay for it. So yeah, I can't really do that for now, but we'll see about that. But I think that was all you needed to know about the character. About how we made our trusty drip grunt. For the smooth animations that I wanted to do, you just do whatever you did for... So you practically take your assets and you make keyframes on frame 5. You take the first 3 frames, the first column of frames, and you paste them on 5. You make a tween, like we did on the idle. You just go back, watch the idle section, and repeat that on every single animation. You're gonna get smooth animations with like 4 or 5 frames. So yeah. That was all for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're gonna work on custom events. We're gonna work on notes. There's some things that require a little bit more code, but pretty much no coding knowledge. You just watch the tutorial and you'll be fine. All right. Hope you found this helpful. I certainly did when I looked up the tutorial for this. There's a bunch of tutorials. All of them are good. Let's hope this one's the best. It's totally not, but it doesn't matter. But if you found this helpful, you know the drill. I'm not saying everything. Subscribe, like, share, stuff like that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.